What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. Make sure you subscribe so you know what's going on in the world of tech. How is everyone doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. I am in sunny Connecticut, freezing cold Connecticut. It's like, it's probably in the 40s, 30s, something like that. It's pretty cold though, and then it drops down into the high 20s at night. This is all Fahrenheit I'm talking about, not Celsius. So it gets really cold, at least for me. And I'm like freezing, especially my head because I have a shaved head. But today was an amazing day for information about the Galaxy S24, 24 Plus, and 24 Ultra. Official stuff has come out, and we learned a little bit more about that official information. I wanted to roll through it. I can't show you official screenshots because it'll probably get copyright strikes, so I'm kind of just going to talk it over with you guys and go from there. So first of all, S24 Ultra is going to be 6.8 inches, which we knew, 2600 nits of brightness, and come in 4 colors. Looks like gray, black, blue, and green. If I can see those colors, blue or yellowish color, I guess. It will have a 6.8 inch 2K plus display. It'll have 200 megapixel main camera, up to 8K video, 100x space zoom. So if you were curious if we're going to get 50x zoom or 100 on this one, it will be 100x space zoom. You can do quad telephoto, 2x, 3x, 5x, and 10x on there. 12 gigs of RAM. Storage size is 256 and 512. It might not get a 1 terabyte version on the S24 Ultra this year, but if you do it, it probably will be Samsung only. It won't be at the carrier level. Next up, we've got the charging, 0 to 65% in 30 minutes. So it'll probably still just be the 45-watt charging on there. 5,000 milliamp battery made of titanium, and the IP68 dust and water resistance, built-in S Pen. Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, dynamic lock screen, smart keyboard, security and privacy protected by Knox. S24 Plus will have a 6.7 inch 2K plus resolution display, 2600 nits of brightness. All the phones actually have 2600 nits of brightness if you get the 24 Ultra, 24 Plus, or the regular 24. It'll have a 50 megapixel main, up to 8K video, 30x space zoom. That'll be the max. So you'll actually be able to zoom in. Will be 30x on this 24 Plus. For telephoto, it's dual. You get 2x and 3x. 12 gigs of RAM, which is the same as the 24 Ultra. Same storage as well, 256 or 512. Same charging, 0 to 65% in 30 minutes. Capacity will be 4,900 milliamps for the battery. Armor aluminum 2.0 body, and IP68 dust and water resistance. Finally, and it comes in black, looks like yellow, kind of a blue and gray. It's kind of hard to see the colors on there. I know they're kind of out there, and the opening, I've spoken about them too. I'm just looking at these little circle dots to see what the colors are. S24, 6.2 inch full HD plus resolution, again 2600 nits of brightness, 50 megapixel camera, same as the 24 Plus, up to 8K video, 30x space zoom, again same as the 24 Plus, dual telephoto, 2x and 3x, which would be the same as the 24 Plus. 8 gigs of RAM it's going to max out at, so you won't get 12 gigs of RAM. 128 or 256 gigs of storage. Charging will be a little bit slower as well, so you go 0 to 50% in 30 minutes. Battery capacity at 4,000 milliamps. Armor aluminum 2.0, same as the 24 Plus, and same water resistance. All of them, like I said, at least in America, have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. And yeah, this stuff's official, guys. This is like official docs and everything going out for it. There was also a bit of information that, like a official document that went out showing that the launch date would be on the 18th in like Europe because of the time change. Or one of those countries, because I know that things, but it will still be in the 17th in America. So you're looking at January 17th for the actual launch of the Samsung Galaxy phones. Definitely getting the Ultra for sure. Gonna get it in, if there's a storage upgrade, I get it in 512. If there's not, I'll probably just grab the 256. And it's gonna have 12 gigs of RAM. I don't have to worry about it having 8 gigs of RAM on that, the 24 Ultra. Obviously the Exynos version, you might get that in some versions of the phone, have it be the 24 Plus or just the 24. But in America, everybody will get the 8 Gen 3, and a lot of other places you'll still get the 8 Gen 3. So Stuff's official though, guys. We're there, guys, and it's just look less than a month away. We're almost, it's almost Christmas. I'm in Connecticut to celebrate Christmas with my family, like I do almost every year. It's freezing. It's so cold. Seriously, my hands are freezing right now. They live in like the woods, you can see. Big time woods around here. So thanks for watching, guys. If the microphone sounded a little weird, it's because I forgot to charge it, and I'm just using the built-in microphones of my camera. Thanks. We'll see you guys down the road. Peace.